Hello everyone, this is Thomas Curry of the North East Wrestling Podcast, here at Chutty Community Centre, home of Shield Pro Wrestling, and I'm here with my first guest, Robbie Ryder.
Hello everyone.
Yeah,
How's
I
it
just
going?
want to say thank you for coming on.
No problem at all, anytime.
Means a lot. Had a lot of people listed down, you were top of the list, so
That's good to know.
it's good that we've had got the opportunity to do it. I mean, it took a while getting dates and that, but
Don't worry about that. Everyone's busy, got stuff to do.
aye. So I guess we'll just jump right in.
Yeah.
The first question I've got is how long have you been wrestling for?
I think this is me 16th year.
16 years.
If my dates are right, probably not. But yeah, I started training around 2002.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd imagine. I don't know if I'd count my first training years as wrestling, but you know.
Yeah. So is that your first match?
Yeah, that's from when I first started basically and got into it.
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
Quite a while now.
Aye. Aye. No, God, that would have been about 4.
It says it all, really, doesn't it?
Where was it you originally trained?
My very first place was back in Gateshead Leisure Centre, then known as the IWF.
Yeah.
With the likes of Sean Avery, Assassin, Jimmy Blade, Chris Avery.
Yeah.
Not many of them around much anymore. Assassin's still around.
Yeah.
It's on the show today.
Yeah. Who were the train coaches?
Mainly, there was 3 sessions a week, and it just varied really. It was Assassin would take some, Sean Avery and his brother Chris, they would take some.
Aye.
I think they were the 3 main ones that took sessions, if I'm remembering right.
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye. I take it you like the...
How old was I? I must have been 13, 14 when I first started, so I went down because I heard about it from school, and someone must have mentioned something, because me and my best friend from school, Max Heat, we became friends because we collect stickers, wrestling stickers.
Aye.
So we bonded over that at some break time or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably science lesson or something like that. Started talking about that, and then someone else must have overheard we in the class and mentioned that there was wrestling training going on down at Gateshead Leisure Centre. So I think it was on a Sunday. So I think one Sunday afternoon we just went down, had a look, spoke to the runners of it, and then it's all pretty much history from there, really.
Aye. I was going to say, what made you want to get into wrestling? Was that it, or?
It's hard to say. I don't know if I enjoyed watching wrestling.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you're watching it, as a kid, always wanted to say, I want to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if I really wanted to do it. I think I just thought, I'll give it a go as something to do, and then just got into it after the first session, basically. And
Aye.
I never looked back at the time.
Aye. Well, that's similar to me. I just thought I'd give it a go.
Aye.
And if it didn't work.
No, I did. I probably I've just said I don't know if I want to do. Deep down, I probably did always want to wrestle. Ever since the first time I seen it. Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't have went really.
I was gonna say who or what has been your biggest influence in wrestling?
It's a hard one. I've always loved Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
People like Rey Mysterio, the WCW Cruiserweight guys.
Yeah.
They were massive influence when I was watching wrestling. I didn't watch much WCW, but I've watched for them more than anything else. I was always a WWF fan rather than WCW, but for my style, it was always guys like that. And Chris Benoit. It's not a good thing to say these days, but I was a big Chris Benoit wrestling fan.
No, yeah, well, I'm a big fan of him. I'm a big fan of all guys like that.
Dean Malenko, Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
all many.
I remember hearing somebody say that the WCW cruiserweights were like good. The main event was crap. And the WWE main event was good, and the undercard was.
Yeah, WWF tried with the light heavyweight division, but it never really took off. No. We had like a couple of them, they just gave up with it straight away, basically.
Aye, definitely. Next question is, how do you feel the wrestling scene's changed from when you started in 2002 to now, 2017?
I can't even... It's changed so much that back when I first started, there was only like 3 companies in the Northeast.
Yeah.
And I can think of, like, or remember, which would have been IWF, WZW, and 3CW.
Yeah.
Whereas now, I could probably pick off like 10 just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
It just shows how much, like, you can have a wrestling show every week in the Northeast, whereas back then I don't think the demand was as big.
Yeah.
So like there'd be like 3 companies and they were all like in separate areas of the Northeast.
Yeah.
So like the demand wasn't as big as it is now, and there's just that much going on. Like there's never a weekend where there's just nothing happening.
Yeah.
And if it's not Northeast promotions, it's like a promotion from somewhere else coming up here and doing the show, or down here or whatever. Yeah, that's my biggest thing that I can say that's changed. There's just so much of it now.
Yeah. Somebody was asking earlier, like when I put a post up asking for any final questions, and somebody mentioned the rivalry between IWF and WZW.
Yeah.
This had one of your thoughts on it.
No, for me, like I was only a trainee at the time, and I've never really cared about politics.
Yeah.
I've wrestled a lot of like, I'm not going to say like guys from there. It's like that's years ago. This is like over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I've enjoyed loads of matches with guys from like WCW and things, and like I'd class people as my friends. So like for me, that was just a no starter. That feud was just, I didn't care about it. It was there, and I knew of it, but I didn't really care about it. It was.
No.
And it seemed pointless to me as well. I've always thought if you want wrestling to work, you need to work together. Yeah. And I just didn't see the point in any feud or anything like that. It was just pointless.
Yeah.
And even now, more so, looking back, it's just I just didn't see the point.
Yeah.
So I didn't take either side. I was on the side technically with being from IWF.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take a corner in an argument because it was just pointless.
Yeah, all there for the same reason.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
everyone enjoys wrestling. Everyone's wrestling.
Yeah.
So why fight about it?
Yeah.
Same as politics and wrestling now. It's just everyone get along. If everyone worked together, they could make the North East scene even bigger. Yeah. Because there is a fan base for it. There's no point in petty arguments all over the place, which seems to happen quite a lot.
It happens a lot. I've only been wrestling nearly 2 years, and I've seen like...
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous sometimes. Like I keep out of it. Like I've got no interest in wrestling politics or anything like that. I just come, wrestle, go home.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's all I want to do.
Best attitude, really. Yeah. So, what's your pet hate in wrestling? Would you say? How you just put it?
No. People's egos.
Yeah.
Like it really annoys us. Especially people that have been like, I can't even, like, I'm not going to name names or anything because I haven't really got names. This is just a throw it out there comment. Like people that have been wrestling a year and a half, 2 years, and like they think they're like God's gift, and it's like, I wouldn't even think anywhere near that now. Leave out the times I've done it. It's just like, get over yourself, you know, like, you're not going to be a superstar, like it's just, egos are really nice. People that think they're bigger than they are, and
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I've experienced people like that who have like came in, done a few training sessions, been there for not very long at all, and then just acted like
they know everything.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I've seen like people who are nowhere near qualified try to train people.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like that's why like there's just so many people that aren't going to get to a next level because they're not being trained right, or even listening to what people like. They could get advice of someone.
Yeah.
Now they're going to use it.
Yeah.
If you ask someone advice, listen to it, and then immediately just discard it and don't listen to what they're saying, then you're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
So, people need to listen more.
Yeah.
Stop thinking of themselves higher than they are. It's not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah, I agree. Like, what I always try to just take what everybody tells us, like if we've ever been to a training session or a seminar.
Yeah, take every bit of advice you're going to get, like, then listen to it. Like,
yeah.
People aren't putting you down to be a dick. They're just giving you advice. Yeah. That's the thing. You can't, like, it feels like you can't tell someone they've done something wrong because they're just going to huff. It's like, fucking hell, you're wrestling, grow up, like, take advice and use it.
Yeah.
The thing is, well, so many, like, because people get on shows far too early nowadays.
Definitely.
Like, it's a lot of young people on them.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be careful of what you're saying.
Yeah.
But because people is younger, like, take offence more.
Yeah.
But it's just one of them things. Like, just take advice and use it wisely.
Definitely, mould it.
Yeah.
Like, mould everything you get into one. And
you're going to get better over time if you use it.
So, do you watch any wrestling outside of, like, shows that you're on and stuff like that?
I watch, like, with my son. I mainly, like, at the weekend. Like, we'll watch WWE together.
Yeah.
Like, he's a big fan of wrestling. I didn't intend for him to be. It just happened.
Yeah.
And I kind of didn't want him
to. Yeah.
I don't know why. I just felt like I didn't want him to watch it, but
yeah.
Because he must have seen me watching it one day, and then he done the same and just kept on watching it. So yeah, the weekend I watch a lot of WWE really, and I don't have time to, like, with work and a full-time job, I don't have time to, like, download or stream things or I've got the WWE Network, which is the easiest possible resource to get wrestling on.
Yeah, it really is.
I don't have to mess around doing anything, so I can just turn it on and then there it is.
Yeah.
So it's easy as well. I can just watch anything really from there. So
I'll watch, like, I'll, like, go on the computer, like, when I've got time off work, or, like, on a weekend or something like that, when I'm not training.
Yeah.
I'll, like, type in, like, Japanese wrestling or, like, lucha or something like that.
Yeah.
Just to have a look at it. But, like, sometimes I'll go to do that and then I'll just, like, put my telly on the networks already.
Yeah.
That's so easy to, like, get on.
No, I'd love to be able to, like, just. I do watch, like, New Japan stuff now and again. CMLL.
Yeah.
But Lucha Underground. But WWE is, like, it's the main one, isn't it? It's like you're not going to get any bigger or better than the WWE.
No, there's nobody trying.
No one even comes. Well, I don't know. Like, for presentation, everything wise, WWE is just it's
100%. Yeah, I would agree with that. Like, I don't think there's anyone that can compare.
I don't think there ever will be, because it's just.
No, like, the closest you're ever going to get was probably in the late 90s, WCW.
Yeah, like, until there is, like, a rival, which I don't see a rival coming anytime soon.
No, because...
Like, wrestler-wise, you've got, like, New Japan and all that, but that's a completely different ball game over there. It's like...
completely different demographic as well. Like, people who watch WWE real time are a lot different.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Like, taste-wise, like...
I think wrestling's changed in itself, like... Where, like, the wrestling style's completely changed. Like, you've got a lot of, like, big indie guys from, like, the early 2000s into really. Like I never thought I would see people like Kevin Steen, who's obviously Kevin Owens now, AJ Styles, like El Generico, all them kind of guys, like, in WWE, in the main event in WWE. It's to me, looking back, as a wrestling fan back in the early 2000s, it's crazy to see them, like, in the top company in the world.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wrestling back then, you must have wrestled with Pac.
I had a lot of matches.
Yeah, now known as Neville, for anyone that doesn't know.
That's insane, watching him on a weekly basis too. Like,
he's a champion now.
Yeah, I'm a huge, but I've always been a fan. Even, like, back when we were training together and wrestling together, you couldn't not like him.
Yeah.
Like, you always knew, like, he had something, like, special, like, that no one else did.
Yeah.
And, like, for him to go on to WWE, like, he is now improving it on a, like, weekly basis. It's just, I'm just happy, like, to see, like, someone that came from the same place as us, like, doing it. Like, Huge fan as well. He's just, probably one of the best wrestlers in the world. Like for athleticism, he's just out of this world.
I agree. Like, I've never met him, I've met him at meet and greet, but I've never met him properly. And I'm proud watching him and knowing that he's from.
Makes being a Geordie.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah. So
proud as well.
It's pretty good.
Flying the flag.
Who's your favourite guy on the British indie scene to watch? I know you don't really watch much, but if you had to choose someone,
probably at the minute Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews.
I'm a big fan of Mark Andrews.
Aye.
I think I'd have a pretty good match with Mark.
Yes. That's another guy who's on with WWE now.
I was just thought Zack Sabre Jr. I've always wanted a match with Zack.
Zack Sabre Jr.
I trained with him back. 2006.
Yeah.
For a couple of weeks. But I've always been a huge fan of this is well before he was even a big name. He used to wrestle for Hammerlock.
Oh, he's Hammerlock wrestling now.
NWA Hammerlock, and I was a big fan of him back then.
Yeah.
And this is going back 7-8 years, so.
Aye.
We just never crossed paths.
Aye.
From training and things like that.
Aye. Somebody's asked you for your 3 funniest memories in, I'd imagine in your career in wrestling. If you can think of them off the top of your head. I remember one night it was in St. Joseph's Hall. Yeah.
It was an IWF venue.
Yeah.
We used to leave the ring up overnight because we used to train in the venue.
Yeah.
And this one night, a group of us decided to stay behind, and we got a few cans in and stuff. And,
yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of things happened that night. One of them, I know, Pac did a backflip. His shoe went through the roof. I don't even think the shoe came back down. We had a spear that got chucked, took half of the floor out.
Yeah.
A pizza box got set on fire and someone took a powerbomb on it. But this is all we were all drunk at the time and just. I remember waking up and I was in the ring asleep.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what else. After I fell asleep, I don't know what anyone else done. But
yeah.
That was just one night, but that was insane.
Yeah.
That's how I think. I've seen over the years so much.
Yeah.
Trying to just pick stuff off the top of my head. It's.
Aye.
If I think of stuff, I'll
fair enough. It's a good enough one for me. Who are some of your favourite guys to work with?
Right now.
Go right now and then all time.
Right now, guys like Joe Biggs.
Yeah.
I love wrestling Joe. Assassin.
Aye.
Ragnar. Trying to think recently who I've had pretty good. That's still going anyway. I've had pretty good matches with.
Yeah.
Alright. So I've been wrestling a lot as the same guys.
Yeah.
The feuds have been pretty much
the
same.
Yeah. I seen your thing on Facebook the other day about how you wrestled Joe.
Oh yeah, in his first
match.
And then his 101st.
And then his 101st match. I thought that was
also another underrated is Dominic Davenport.
Yes.
Every time I wrestle him, I really enjoy it. And
I agree, super.
He puts himself down so much, but
yeah.
He's got his character down
super underrated.
He's just so good on the mic.
Yeah, his character's spot on.
Really underrated.
I totally agree. He's on the show tonight. I always look forward to watching him.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
100%. Yeah, really very good at what he does. What do you say for all time?
Again, this is why I think that the whole IWF versus WCW feud's funny, because my favourite matches were with a WCW guy called Mickey L.
Called what?
Mickey L.
Mickey L.
Or Mickey Long, you might be going
right.
as now.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. But every time I wrestled him, like, we just clicked, and I really, really enjoyed my matches with him. And the first time I ever met him, it was meant to be a show, from Bear Unique called Ring of Faith, and I was meant to fight Spike Dudley.
Alright.
But Spike couldn't make it for some reason, so like Mickey came in at the last minute, and I hadn't even spoke to Mickey before.
Alright.
And I think they were like kind of testing the waters then about like, could IWF guys work with WCW guys?
Aye.
And we'd only spoke like half an hour before the match, and yeah, like I remember like it was just so good. Like,
yeah,
I think we were both surprised at the time, like how well it went. Yeah, really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I remember for Rad Pro, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, and you wrestled Connor, but you literally had about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is Victor Von Volts, for anyone that doesn't know, but you had about like 10 minutes and you just hardly planned anything.
Well,
called it.
You shouldn't have to, really. Like,
yeah, and you had a really good match.
I say like my absolute favourite person to work is like my best friend Max Heat.
Yeah.
Retired. Like me and him, we don't even have to talk about anything. Like we could just be like, we'll have a basic idea.
Yeah.
We had a run of matches like last year. We've made sure like every one of them was completely different to the last. So we had a year's worth of like matches, like, and not one of them was the same.
Yeah.
The crowd ate it up every single time.
Yeah.
It's weird because in wrestling, like you can say like you know what someone's thinking when you're in the ring with them.
Yeah.
Like you hear it so many times, and then people are like, "How does that even work?" But like with me and Max, like we could just tell. Like if you've got chemistry with someone, you've got chemistry. Like you can just know what to do. Like you know how to read the crowd and when to do something or when not to do something, and just like I'm imagining the connection was because we started together.
Yeah.
We just, I don't know. It was always going to be a good match whenever me and Max wrestled each other.
I've noticed that like I haven't been on any, like I haven't had many matches on shows, but like even in training, like where like I have like practice matches and stuff like that. Like there'll be people that I have a lot of chemistry with.
Yeah.
And usually it's guys that I've like known for a long time, worked with quite a bit.
Yeah.
It seems to have more chemistry with people like that.
It all just like, I don't know, it just comes naturally.
Yeah.
You feel like God that you have them basically.
Yeah. Some just click and some has like.
It's the same anywhere. Like you see guys, like in any promotion anywhere. Like you know the ones that click and the ones that just don't.
Yeah, you see it. You do. You see it everywhere. You can tell, like even on like WWE and stuff that. Like even them, the best at what they do, and they
like,
still. You can still.
It's always going to happen.
Tell, definitely. What I was going to say, is there anybody who you haven't wrestled who you'd want to before you retire?
Not like I can't just think of like apart from the guys I said before, like who I'd have a good match with.
Yeah.
I think now, like I just more than like picking anyone.
Yeah.
I want to wrestle people that are going to test what I can do.
Yeah.
Like rather than like, cause I'm like putting the matches nowadays where like I'm looking after people. Yeah. And like I've over the past 2 or 3 years, maybe it's even 4 years now, I've had a lot of people on the scene's first ever matches.
Right.
So I think before I do retire, which I'm going to be honest, it's probably not going to be far off.
Right.
I don't know how long I want to do it, but I just want to kind of be tested for a bit, like see what I can do. I don't think I've like done as much as I can the past couple of years. I think I've got far much more inside of me, what I can do.
Right.
But I just haven't really been given the opportunity to show what I can do.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say was, have you been considering retirement?
All the time. Like, even today, I thought about it.
Yeah.
No reason. It's just like I know. Like, I'm 28 now. I'm like 29 in 2 weeks' time. Like that's still like it's not very old.
Yeah.
But
very young, but
Like, I've got a full-time job and I've got a son, and I'm just thinking, do I really want to be doing this still? Like, I've always got to, like, getting, like, injured for me, like, is, I never had an injury for, like, must be, like, 14 years in wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, there weren't serious injuries, but then, like, I had, like, a few little ones, and it made us think, oh, has it been worth it, like, all this time?
Yeah.
Like, every day now I'm thinking, oh, can't be bothered to do it this weekend, and working full time, like, I'm doing like 60 hours a week at work, and then to like have to think about doing this as well, like at the side of that, it's hard getting time. Like,
yeah.
So that's another reason why I don't really watch wrestling, like,
because
it's just no time. I haven't got time to think most of it, so.
Yeah, I can imagine that, and obviously that being on your mind all the time about keeping healthy.
Yeah, like I couldn't not work. Like, so, like, if I get hurt, like, I've got no money coming in basically. Like, through wrestling, like, I need a full-time job to get by. And
you
so
got son
that's
as well.
a big factor into, like.
So, make complete sense. Where do you see yourself in a few years' time, should I say? Would you?
I don't really know. I'd imagine however, like, I can't see myself wrestling for, like, I don't know. I can't even. I don't know. Like, I don't know how I'm going to keep wrestling. So it's a hard question for us to answer. I'd like to say I'm still doing it, but deep down I don't know if I will be. It all depends on what happens, like, with certain things, really. I'd like to say I still was, but
but like, after wrestling, like, would you ever consider like coaching or?
Yeah, like, there's be quite a bit of interest in it, but again, like, it all, like, depends on my work schedule. Like, I have a lot of, like,
makes sense.
I want to go to, like, a lot of training sessions still now, but it's like, with work and the amount of hours I do, like, it's trying to find time to go along, and, like, because most of them are, like, off, like, say, like, on a weeknight, like, I'm always at work until 8, 9 o'clock at night, so, like, it's pretty much impossible for me to get out of doing that.
Yeah.
I'd love to, like, coach, really, but again, I don't know if I feel like in myself I'm qualified. Even as long as even the amount of time I've done wrestling, I still don't see myself as, I don't know, that's just a conscious thing on my part, where, like, I feel like I still have a lot more to learn. Yeah. Like, everyone in wrestling is always learning. And, like, I just, yeah,
well,
obviously I've got a lot of things I could pass on, and a lot of wrestling knowledge.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like to have, like, a good, like, you need to be trained with, like, someone that's done something or been somewhere. Yeah. To get, like, a full, like, knowledge of where you want to go, basically.
Yeah, like. But I think another, like, thing is, like, with people, like, no matter how good of, like, a worker they are, sometimes they might not have, like, an aptitude to teach people.
That's very true. That's very, like, some people just don't have the time in the world to help people. Like, they'd rather just get on with their stuff and, like, not give any form of advice or even care about wanting to help someone else. But I've seen that, and, like, I get it. And there is a lot of people out there that really don't care about what other people are doing.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, I've seen that as well, from based, like, just on stuff that different people I've seen, and obviously I'll not name any names, but like, looking at you, I would say that you're more than qualified. Obviously, amazing worker, but
this is just like on my part. I feel like but no, I'd be more than happy to help others. Like, I'm always happy to give advice to people.
Yeah. One of my last questions is, have you set out what you wanted to achieve when you first started wrestling?
No, because obviously, like, everyone that starts, well, I'm not saying everyone, but, like, majority of people that start wrestling, their ultimate goal is to be in WWE.
Right.
I'm happy, like, how long I've lasted, like 16 years or whatever it is. Like, it's a long time. I wouldn't even thought that I'd still be doing it, like, this age and, like, this far down the line, but No, like I don't look back on it and say, I shouldn't have bothered, like, because I've enjoyed most of the time that I've spent wrestling, and I've had a good laugh. Like, this is more of like I enjoy being around people, like in the wrestling scene. It's
I've noticed that.
I've got like a lot of friends like that I've made over the years, and like to like not see them anymore, that would be like, it would be weird, like, because basically I wasn't even a teenager. It was before I was a teenager when I like first started training.
Aye.
So like I've literally grew up with people like around the wrestling scene in the North East. So like to not see them anymore, it would be like a huge like difference in my life.
Like a shock, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be weird.
Yeah. Okay, I can say that. Like, favourite match you've ever had?
Ooh.
It's gonna be a hard one to think of off the top of your head, but if you could think of one.
I'm gonna say it would have been against Max Heat.
Right.
It would have been like last year. I can't think what date or anything it was, but it was definitely an FTW show when we're doing the whole like, we're swapping the FTW title between each other. And
yeah.
It was just one of them, and like one night it was just, we just knew we had like the crowd, like, eating of everything that we're doing, like the whole build up to do. Like he would come to my work and attack us, and like like we were doing all sorts to like build it up, and like I remember on the night, I think I won the title back off him.
Yeah.
The reaction was just, it was insane.
Yeah.
I always loved wrestling, Max. Like,
yeah.
As I said before, but yeah, that night was a good one.
Right. The final question I've got is, if you could give yourself, when you started, if you could give your younger self some advice, what would it be?
Go to the gym.
Go to the gym.
My biggest setback, and I know this, is like I never put time into going to the gym. I still don't now, but that's more because I feel like, one, I don't have time, but no, like I could make time to do it. Yeah. But I don't know, like I know I should have like spent much more time going to the gym. This goes to people now, like just go to the gym. Like I know wrestling's changed, so you don't have to be like these superhero looking guys. Like not everyone can look like John Cena or Hulk Hogan or guys like that, but like just yeah. Like I always said that to myself, make sure I'm going to the gym. Yeah. Every week, every day.
Right, well, thank you for coming on, being my first guest. It means a lot. I'm sure people are going to like the interview. Like I say, it means a lot that you've came on.
No, anytime, it's no problem.
Yeah.
It's been fun, I've enjoyed it.
Right, well, thank you.
Thank you. See everyone.
Yeah, thank you everyone for listening. I hope you all enjoyed it. Just make sure to stay tuned to the page on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and that's all from me. You got anything else to leave them with?
I just hope everyone that has watched us wrestle, I hope I've at least entertained you over the years from what you've been watching us, and thank you for accepting us, I guess. Yeah, it's been a laugh. Thank you.
And have you got anything like Twitter, Instagram, anything like that?
Yeah, I've got Instagram, I've got Twitter, so look it up and follow us. I'll put the links on to the video later on.
Yeah, no bother. Right, well, I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to stay tuned, and I'll see you later. Bye. Alright guys, just before you go, I just there's one last thing I forgot to mention there. Was just I want to thank Shield Pro Wrestling and Tutor Community Centre for allowing me to do the podcast on the day of the show and in that centre. It means a lot. I'd advise everyone to go and check out Shield Pro Wrestling, because it's a very, very good up and coming company in the Northeast, and I mean, they're only a few months in, but they're doing very well for themselves, and no doubt are going to do very well in the future too. You can catch the shows like once once a month at Chile Community Centre. The next one is on the 25th of March. But if you follow Shield Pro Wrestling on Facebook and Instagram, I'm not too sure if I've got Twitter, but I've got Facebook and Instagram. Go and follow them on that. I've got a YouTube channel, so go and check that out. And I would encourage you to, if you're in the local area, come to the shows, because very good shows, very entertaining. I'm on them like constantly. I'm on them regularly, should I say? But I obviously sit and watch all the matches, too. And by God, it's a very good company. And they also run training too, so if you do want to pursue your dream of becoming a pro wrestler, you should check them out and come and train them. They train at the exact same place as they do the shows, which is Chile Community Centre, which is in South Shields. So make sure you check them out. If you do want to train, just check them out. Or you message the page, and I'm sure there'll be a quick response within a few hours. Training runs on Sundays from 11 till 5. So if you do want to pursue a dream of becoming a pro wrestler, I would go to Shield Pro Wrestling. That's why I'm currently training too. Like I say, come to the shows, come to training, and that's all. Like I say, I want to say a huge thank you to, of course, Robbie Ryder. It meant a lot for him to come on, especially for my first episode. Actually, it meant a lot. I mean, there was loads of people on the list that I wanted, but he was right at the top, and it means a lot that he's came on today and done the podcast. So yeah, that means a lot. Thank you once again to Shield Pro Wrestling and Chile Community Centre for allowing me to do the interview on the day of their show and in their centre. So once again, thank you for everyone who's listened. Hope you all enjoyed it. Make sure to stay tuned for the next one. I'm going to drop all the links in the description of the video. So thank you, and I'll see you all later. Bye.